Yesterday, the Twins took care of the Minnesota Golden Gophers across town. Boston was playing Northeastern, so they warmed up against a couple of college clubs, and now they meet for the first of 8 times this spring. Now, today was to have been a showcase for Twins starter Joe Ryan. Moments ago, we were told that Joe Ryan is a late scratch. Eston Stull, who pitched 1 game at Wichita and a handful of ball games for Cedar Rapids a year ago after starting his career in independent leagues, he will get the start instead for the Minnesota Twins, and that's a story we'll be tracking all afternoon. Dan Gladden has the rest of your starting lineups for both the Twins and the Red Sox, and we've got baseball from Fort Myers all coming up on your home for Twins baseball.
Hey, welcome back to Minnesota Twins baseball on a gorgeous afternoon. Twins and the Boston Red Sox going at it here this afternoon. Here's the starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Roman Anthony will lead off. He'll be in right field. Ceddanne Rafaela in center field, bat second. DH Wilyer Avery will be the DH. At first base, Wilson Contreras. Masataka Yoshida bats fifth, plays left field. Connor Wong behind the plate batting sixth. Andrew Montesterio will be at third base batting seventh. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he'll be at shortstop batting eighth. And Brendan Rodgers will be at second base. He'll bat ninth. Pitching will be Peyton Tolley.
He probably was planning to go to the beach today. The first pitch is on the way, and Roman Anthony skies it back of second base. Brooks Lee drifts underneath it, and Brooks will make the catch. They worked on those plays early today here on the main diamond, and Brooks
when Ryan's so late being scratched to get somebody up that's maybe scheduled to pitch today.
And the 1-1 inside, it hit Rafaela, so Ceddanne Rafaela is hit by a pitch, and he'll head down to first base. Now, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Stull's pitch is in there for a called strike 3, and here's our first challenge of the day. Former catcher, of course, so the ABS system will be deployed. The Red Sox have 2 challenges to use. It's either out number 3 or it's a 2-2 count, and it's a ball. So Contreras was correct with the challenge, and instead of an inning-ending strikeout, it's a 2-2 count.
And they had 6 of them overturned.
Pitch low, ball 3. Rafaela was running, and he'll get second base without a throw. So stolen base for Ceddanne. Royce hired a personal hitting coach for the first time this offseason. The 2-2 hit high in the air for Royce to deep left field, and there is your first home run of the 2026 Grapefruit League. Royce Lewis onto the boardwalk as he belts a 2-2 pitch from Peyton Tolley into the seats, and the Twins lead 1-0. And Danny, that's easy power right there from Royce Lewis.
Yeah, no question. That was just a fluid swing, timing there. Pretty good by Lewis. And also, you know, when you hit these home runs at spring training, and Lewis, as many as he's going to hit.
Going to be interesting to see how teams deploy that. The strategy they utilize is ball 4 high. So Stull was all amped up in the first inning, and he was pinpoint with his command. Loses his way with Yoshida. Now it's Connor Wong.
You know, you talk about
Jack Anderson, Great Britain, and Abreu, Venezuela. Runner goes, swinging miss. The throw to second's not in time, and Yoshida steals a bag.
See, we saw with him at certain times. Little fly ball, shallow right center field. Walner and Buxton, it's going to land for a base hit in between both. It's a little bloop single. Leadoff man on. Yoshida bats. Ground ball, weakly hit, should be 2. Keishel to Lee, back to first in time for the tailor-made double play. Nicely turned. That's something the Twins work on daily out here. And the fact that it's Keishel Lee, that might be the combo during the season.
Well, how many double plays did they turn down the stretch last year? They turned a ton of double plays, and the Twins didn't have a lot of ground ball pitchers necessarily on the staff. That's all he cares about.
Here's the 0-2. Hit in the air well, left center field. Long run by Yoshida. Still drifting, still drifting, still drifting. He'll pull up, and it's going to land for a double. And now Keishel into third base with a sliding triple. So we talked about Yoshida and his defense's troubles, and showed up right there, even though Rafael. Here's 1-1. Little ground ball over the head of the shortstop into left field. That's going to be an RBI single for Royce Lewis. Twins lead 2-0. point, in my opinion, is going to be in that bullpen. Hit high in the air down the left field line. Austin Martin, track, wall, berm. Stereo with a solo home run as the Red Sox on the board, trail 2-1. Tried to come in, fell behind, 2 balls and no strikes.
That's key, right, Danny? You come out of the pen, you fall behind 2-0, you're putting yourself in a rough spot. Monasterio took advantage.
And also, you know, Chris, first time out, you're going to sign from Jeffers, and it delivers. Ground ball, third base. Here comes Lewis in on the run. Comes up, low throw, and missed at first base. And to the tarp, he's going to advance to second base. So it sounds like you're listening more than, even though you did give a speech.
I did.
Opening day to the players.
I did.
Can you share with the audience maybe what the message might have been?
Well, you know, this organization.
And then he went into a bit of a funk and they sent him down. And now he has changed positions. He's an outfielder. Anthony, who was the last one to get called up, is a superstar. He got the big extension, playing for Team USA. Difference a year makes as pitch wide, ball 4, leadoff walk. From 0-2 to a walk.
I'm with you. I always like to try to pick him up in the on-deck circle, so I got it before.
This one hit in the air, right center field. Long run for Rosario and Fedko. Neither will get it. Picked up by Fedko. Theis is at second base. Campbell cruises, at third base. Campbell cruises into second. It's a double for Christian Campbell trying to hit his way back to Boston, and they're on at second and third with nobody out for Mikey Romero.
Missed that pitch, even though it wasn't challenged.
Hard ground ball right side under a diving Schobel and into right field. The tying run will score. Here comes the go-ahead run in Campbell. And it's 3-2 Red Sox on an RBI single through a halfway in infield off the bat of Mikey Romero. With Schobel, great effort there, Danny, diving at that ball to his right. It just snuck under him, hit it hard enough to sneak it through. And the Sox have their first lead of the ballgame.
Yeah, pretty good.
Runner goes, pitch is high. Crescentis throws a one-hopper, and it gets away from Culpepper and into center field. Culpepper holds the tag there, trying to deke the runner. It doesn't work, and Ward ends up at third base. So Braden Ward with a stolen base should go to third on what more than likely will be scored an error. And the Red Sox staying aggressive here in the 7th inning. The pitch was ball 2. It was a one-hop throw. They were not going to get, end up dinging the catcher. Those plays, infield in, high ground ball. It's speared by Schobel, coming to the plate. The tag, not in time. 4-2 Red Sox. What a play by Schobel to climb the ladder and get that kangaroo hop. He fired to the plate. Crescentis sweeping his glove back at the hard-charging runner Ward, but he's called safe at home plate by Clint Vondrak. Drive right field base hit. Sogard taking a hard turn at first as Rosario scoops it up, pulls him to a single. And it's a leadoff single.
Was the very first game.
Every year.
Every year.
Every year. Long-standing tradition. This one filleted to left for a base hit. Mikey Romero is 2 for 2. And a leadoff single here in the 9th inning. And then the ball kind of bobbled around, and Romero trying to make it to second, and he does so in front of the tag of Tanner Schobel. Alan Castro golfs one into right field. That's a base hit. Romero takes the turn to third. He'll score standing up. And the Red Sox pad the lead. It's now 5-2 Boston here in the 9th inning. The second run batted in for Alan Castro on the day. Nathan Hickey will be back. Where was your favorite road venue for opening day? You probably opened in about all of them. The National League and American League through the years.
Well, when I played for Detroit was...
Yeah, it's all set up, and the history of that franchise is so remarkable. It's very cool, right by the river. As ball 4 delivered to Hickey, 4-pitch walk. Runners at first and second now for our old buddy Mickey Gasper. No, that's not going to be Mickey. They challenged the pitch. Challenging the 3-0 pitch. And the call stands. And the Twins are out of their challenges as well. Is that part of the strategy? Save that challenge for the 3-0 pitch? Job over there. Gasper slams one down the right field line. Fair drops in front of Rosario. The lead runner will score easily. Hickey goes first to third, and Mickey Gasper, all he does is hit. RBI single to right, 6-2 in favor of the Red Sox. First and third for Nick Sogard. If I'm not mistaken, Nick Sogard is the nephew of Steve Sachs. But I remember Sachs was doing some games for the A's and was telling us that. Liner kind of knuckling down to short. Culpepper catches it. His throw to first hits Gasper right in the back. Squirts over near the Red Sox dugout, and a run's going to score. So Culpepper made the catch, but then he throws it right into the ample back of Mickey Gasper. And that's going to allow another Red Sox run to score. They add the extra point, and they lead it 7-2. Never thought it'd be coiling up extension cords in Florida. Tristan Gray hits a high fly ball to deep right field. Has a little bit of carry, but Castro leaping at the wall. Can't make the catch. It bangs off the barricade and careens back towards the infield. Going to be a double for Tristan Gray. The Twins have just their fourth hit of the ball game over the red glove of the leaping Castro and off the wall.
I got to tell you, when we had our baseball camps at Holy Angels there for all.
First pitch, Mendez pulls this one sharply to right field. Another late jump for Castro. This was off his glove and rolls up against the fence. Gray had to hold up because it's a ball typically caught in right field. Gray will stop at third. And Mendez hustling all the way ends up at second base. That red glove may have a short shelf life. Hitter's going to be injured.
I got to defend him a little bit right field this time of the day. If he's completely shut down or not.
0-2 pitch. The ball hit high in the air left field, fairly deep. Ward going back. He's at the base of the wall. He makes the catch for the final out of the ball game, and the Twins are denied here in the ninth inning. No runs on a couple of hits. There were no errors. They strand 2. So we play 9 full innings here today, and in the Grapefruit League opener, it's the Boston Red Sox victorious by the final score of 7-2.